Good morning. Welcome to week 4. This week we are going to jump into development and more specifically prenatal development. So we're going to be spending quite a bit of time in the Burke textbook. We will read chapter 2 and chapter 3. The first part of chapter 2 talks about genes and how a parent's genes might combine to create certain characteristics in the child. And then the second part is talking about the environment and how the environment might help to shape a child, but also that bidirectional relationship of how the child might also impact their environment. And it really follows Bronfenbrenner's ecological systems theory. So if you remember from last week, we talked about the microsystem, exosystem, mesosystem, and macrosystem. It will go into a little bit more detail into all of those systems and show how they might influence the child. And then we will also go into chapter 3 and talk about prenatal development. And Burke does a really great job about talking about what is developing in the child during what stage of pregnancy. And there's some pretty fascinating pictures there, and I think you guys will really enjoy that information. So get excited. As for the assignments, we have over the course of this week, we'll have 3 required quizzes and then 1 bonus quiz. So the bonus quiz is optional. If you want to earn some extra credit points, you can take that. And then the other required quizzes, remember you can use the textbook to help you with those. Just remember that I recommend reading the section it says to in the instructions before you take the quiz so that you're able to judge your understanding of the reading and use the textbook more as a reference. We will also have some writing assignments this week. So the first one is focus on the gene-environment correlations and how the environment might help to shape the child, but also how the child shapes the environment and how certain characteristics are manifest through families and things like that. So you'll read about the correlations in the Burke textbook and then submit that assignment. The next one is the prenatal development assignment. And although prenatal development is talked about in the Burke textbook, we want you to use outside resources. So if you go online and find different websites or find a book at the library, or maybe you have some pregnancy books laying around at home, find some information about the first 3 periods of the first trimester of pregnancy. So it's not all 3 trimesters of pregnancy following over time. It's just that first trimester, focusing on the zygotic, embryonic, and fetal periods within those first 3 months. So find facts that are interesting to you, and then you will just basically create a list. I recommend it being in bullet points because that's usually the easiest way to do it. And then with that assignment, just make sure to include the references in a reference list in APA style. So if you need help with references, on the overview page, I have included the website for the APA OWL Purdue website that can help you figure out how to do those citations for the websites or the books. But just remember, you'll need the citations at the bottom to get full credit on that assignment. Also, if you have questions with citations, please feel free to post them in the discussion board for this week, and I'd be happy to help. We'll also have an environmental influences assignment focusing on teratogens and how those might individually or collectively cause harm during prenatal development to the child. And then we'll have another bonus assignment. I don't know why all of the extra credit is contained in this week, but that's the way it worked out. So you can choose to watch the baby's video. It's a documentary that features some children from different cultures and countries from birth until their toddler years. And you'll just take notes about the cultural differences that you see or things that might be surprising or fascinating to you and submit those notes. It's a pretty interesting video, so I would also consider inviting others to watch it with you. You might like it. And then we'll also have our discussion board post and replies. Just remember to post your first one by Wednesday and then reply to at least two of your classmates by the following Monday and finish the discussion board report by Monday as well. Also, just a side note for the babies video, there is a link in class that takes you to the BYU website where you can watch it from, but you might have to plug in babies into the search, so then the video pulls up. I just remembered that. So that if you can't find the babies video, you might have to search for it in that website. But that is it for our class. If you have any questions, please let me know. And happy reading.